It's St. John's Live. With Dr. Tinelli. Chuck Abdella. Pat White. Carlton Galligan. Special guest, Tom Karen. And your host, Headmaster Alex Zucchera. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Zucchera.
Thank you. This is amazing. Thank you so much for being here tonight as we host St. John's Live, a night that brings together two things that I really love, St. John's and being alive. It's an honor to be your host tonight in this very special event where we will celebrate the many accomplishments and successes of this year, a year like no other, that's for sure. Tonight, we also ask for your support for Pioneers Care, a special fund created 4 years ago to ensure that St. John's students and families can fully access the transformative and life-changing Pioneer experience. You know, it was almost exactly 1 year ago today that we gathered on Zoom for our first ever virtual fundraiser in lieu of our usual 600 guest gala. We did it at a time when there was so much uncertainty about this pandemic. And after a challenging start to that evening, where we learned firsthand the meaning behind a Zoom bomb, thanks to an unexpected anatomy lesson, we had great success, coming together and supporting one another. That's who the Pioneer community is, and it's what we do. That night, we raised $114,000 in just 45 minutes for Pioneers Care, a tremendous show of support from our alumni, parents, past parents, students, and friends. I hosted that evening with a great St. John's alumni parent and Nesson sportscaster Tom Karen. Unfortunately, Tom couldn't be here tonight. He did call me ahead of the show because he was a bit worried that I couldn't handle it on my own. But I need to be honest. For those of you who know me, you'll know that when I was asked to host tonight's event, an immediate response was an enthusiastic yes. Give me any opportunity to take the stage to talk about St. John's and the great work we do, and I'm your guy. But when I was later told that the theme was going to be a St. John's spin on the famed and wildly successful Saturday Night Live, and that I would need to script and deliver an opening monologue, I got a bit intimidated. As panic set in, I did what any good academic would do. I set out to do the research. Knowing that there have been so many great SNL opening monologues, I had no doubt that I would be inspired by them. So I went where we find our most accurate information, Google and YouTube. I was in heaven. Opening monologues by John Krasinski, Jason Bateman, Dan Levy, Steve Martin, Maya Rudolph, Aziz Ansari, and Adele. I even went as far back as the first ever Saturday Night Live show, back when it was called NBC's Saturday Night, which aired on October 11th, 1975. There's your Brendan Sargent Jeopardy trivia. And I listened to George Carlin's opening monologue on the difference between football and baseball. All of these monologues were different, some with other cast members joining them, audience Q&A, but one commonality: they were all hilarious. But then it hit me. As I sat there, eyes bloodshot from watching hours of these videos, I realized I'm just not that funny. They made a very big mistake asking me to do this. I mean, come on. At my core, I'm a dad of 3 kids, a husband, a headmaster of an all-boys school in central Massachusetts. I coach Little League Baseball, CYO basketball, and my Friday nights consist of late-night leaderboard battles on my Peloton. There's nothing funny about me. These days, my humor is a perfect storm of dad jokes, teacher jokes, and little kid jokes. My favorite jokes are the ones that I get from my kids, like, what do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. Or what do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. See, it's me. I'm the impasta. What was I going to do? I thought to myself, I was panicked. But I refocused. I dug back into the original show, the great Saturday Night Live. Believe it or not, I'm old enough to remember the original cast performing, and the greats all throughout those years. John Belushi playing the amazing samurai, Chevy Chase stumbling around like Gerald Ford, Dan Aykroyd, Gilda Radner, Garrett Morris, Jane Curtin, and later greats like Eddie Murphy, Billy Crystal, Dana Carvey, Mike Myers, my personal favorite, Chris Farley, Chris Rock, Will Ferrell, and most recently, Pete Davidson and Kenan Thompson. I knew if I channeled my inner Rosanna Dana, or my inner Conehead, or the church lady, Hans and Franz, Linda Richmond, or maybe Mr. Robinson, maybe, just maybe, I could be funny. I could make people laugh. It became my hope, my dream, my mission to entertain you tonight. So while Saturday Night Live has all of that amazing talent, tonight, you're stuck with me. You know, thinking about the SNL cast and characters, I realize that we too have just as many legends and equally funny people here at St. John's. There are moments of the day where I myself feel like I'm in a Saturday Night Live skit, and that we're all acting as the not ready for primetime players. Think of legends like Brother Connell, who celebrated his 92nd birthday yesterday. Bill White, class of '60, who is celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Coach. The great Joe Lane, Mrs. Gregory, Mr. Jorson, Mr. Leahy, Brother Plunkett, Carl Wilson, Coach Devlin, and Bill Prendeville. Think even of our current day legends like Mr. Gregory, Mr. White, Coach Foley, Mrs. Fredette, Mr. Murphy, and Mr. Hayden. Just walk the halls of St. John's and you'll see our own cast of characters that bring joy, humor, laughter, and community to 378 Main Street. We may not have Hans and Franz, but we have Mr. Davis and Mr. White. We have outstanding community members who make up our advancement, campus ministry, and building grounds teams, and our faculty who teach every day in Connell Hall, the Riken Center, and Founders Hall. And there's such a great joy to have our amazing Xaverian brothers who live here on campus, Brother Connell, Brother Paul, and Brother Bill. Over the last 60 weeks, the work and the challenges that we've been faced with have been unreal. But what has been very real is the amazing commitment of our faculty, staff, administration, students, families, and alumni. We locked arms and supported each other as only St. John's can do. It's been amazing. Think about it. Our campus shut down on March 13th. No missed days of instruction because of COVID last year or this year for that matter. Our virtual Pioneers Care fundraiser was a wild success, reopening our campus in the fall with a brand new fully enrolled middle school division. My rough calculation tells me that each and every faculty member already has sanitized 10,925 desks so far this year. We've hosted countless virtual events, speakers, and the SJ Scoop. Our clubs and activities, masses, prayer services, retreats, recitals, concerts, plays. I saw a stream performance of War of the Worlds on this very stage. Full sports seasons, including our first Catholic Conference championship brought home by the soccer team. St. John's is and has been the largest school in Massachusetts to be learning in person 5 days a week this year. We just kept moving forward. We just kept doing. It's been absolutely amazing. And we have so much to celebrate. So tonight, we want you to sit back and enjoy all the great people and moments that we have in store for you. Pour yourself a drink, whether it's a cocktail, a Coke, or a glass of milk, and get ready to show your support by making a gift online to our Pioneers Care Fund. Simply visit stjohnshigh.org/give. Every dollar raised tonight will go to support access to the full St. John's experience for all of our students and families. This fund has truly been a blessing, especially this year. Tonight, our goal is to raise $120,000. Let's go. So stick around, folks. We've got a great show for you tonight. We'll hear from some great pioneers and get ready for our special guest that hopefully will join us. I don't know who it is. They won't tell me, But to kick off tonight with some high energy, let's hand it over to our amazing theater coordinator, Mr. Colby, and his F Block theater class, who have prepared a memorable opening musical performance. Tonight we're live from Main Street in Shrewsbury. It's St. John's Live.
I built a rocket in my basement. I'm gonna fly it to the moon. This supersonic is amazing. You're gonna feel my sonic boom. I'm flying higher and I'm never coming down. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me. We brought the funk into this function. We show up dressing to the nines. Okay. Never need an introduction. No matter what, we're feeling fine. I'm flying high and I'm never coming down. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. I can't stop. I'm never giving up because I'm way too hot to not be at the top. I can't stop. I'm never giving up because I'm way too hot to not be at the top. I'm flying higher and I'm never coming down. I'm flying higher and I'm never coming down. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now.
How about that to get us started? Who says pioneers can't dance? Wow, a special thanks to Mr. Colby and his guys from the great class of 2024. You were amazing. So tonight is a night to celebrate an amazing year. With limited guests on campus, it's been hard for our community to see the great work that we've been doing as a school on and off our campus. Over the next 45 minutes, you'll catch a glimpse of what makes St. John's, St. John's. Remember, tonight we're also raising money for our Pioneers Care, a special fund established in 2017 to assist students and families who experience mid-year financial difficulties due to a loss of a job, illness in the family, loss of a parent, and so many other things. It's basically there to help overcome any curveballs that life throws at us. There's so many programs that are integral to a St. John's education, but they come at an additional cost beyond what tuition covers. When you think about global encounter trips, retreats, Model United Nations conferences, the Young Writers Conference, so many more things that happen here at St. John's, they all require financial commitments and at times major financial sacrifices from our students and families. We and the hundreds of donors who have supported the fund over the last 4 years believe that all students at St. John's should be able to experience these transformational programs, and Pioneers Care is there to make sure they're able to do that. Whether it's a student needing assistance to participate in an immersion trip with the World Language Program, a family looking for additional resources to afford a textbook, or an athlete on the track team who simply can't afford to purchase a pair of running sneakers, Pioneers Care ensures that every family, no matter what their socioeconomic background or financial challenge, feels a part and feels included in all that we do here at St. John's. Just this year, Pioneers Care helped to support our student lunch program, access to personal technology as we transitioned to a one-to-one school, students to attend SJLI, the St. John's Leadership Institute, a retreat for students as they start their final year at the school, and most importantly this year, it helped us to meet the needs of students and families who experienced job and personal losses due to COVID-19. We had 3 times as many families this past year apply for financial aid for the first time or appeal their financial aid award. As a school, we made a commitment that no student would leave St. John's this year for any financial reason. And thanks to your support of Pioneers Care, we were able to hold true to that promise. Tonight, we've set an ambitious goal of raising $120,000, and making your gift is really easy to do. Simply visit stjohnshigh.org/give. I know it'll be flashing on the bottom of your screen all night. And what's even more exciting and special is that if you make a gift during the program tonight, you will have the chance to win one of these 3 great prizes. Our first prize is the SJ Super Fan Pack: umbrella, t-shirt, sweatshirt, blanket, hat. Basically, the Pioneer Shop is going to be in your home. Prize 2, Adirondack chairs, custom made by St. John's alumnus Bernie Milliken from the great class of 1964. Prize number 3, the Ultimate Yeti Package. It's coolers, tumblers, ice packs, all with the St. John's logo. Enjoy it at the beach this summer and show your St. John's Pioneer pride. The 3 lucky winners will be announced at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around. Believe me, if that music video has any indication, you won't want to miss a second of tonight's program. If you haven't already headed over to stjohnshigh.org/give, make that gift. And while you're doing that, a special thanks to our sponsors for tonight's event. These folks have been instrumental in the great evening you'll have tonight. Our presenting sponsor, Fidelity Bank. Our Riken Circle sponsors, Carr Financial Group, Boyd Financial Strategies, and Mr. and Mrs. Mark Warren with Fit Vine Wine. Our Trustee Circle sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. Dan Gilligan from the great class of 1990, and Nault Architects. Thank you so much for your continued support and commitment to St. John's and for making tonight possible. I'll tell you, if this past year has shown us anything, it's that we are truly blessed as a community. There is a spirit of generosity and gratitude that surrounds St. John's. We all come together, work together, and cheer for one another. So I want to start tonight by honoring and thanking already the gifts that have come in. I want to thank Judge and Monica Abdella, Judge from the great class of 1960. Scott Bono from the class of 1995, thank you for your gift. Eric Butler from the great class of 2002, thank you so much for your support of the program that you helped start. Dr. Tom Cunningham from the class of 1953, Joe Layden from the class of 1954, and the entire Salois family, thank you for your support for Pioneers Care. It makes a huge difference. Excuse me. My apologies. All my friends are watching this tonight. It's Tom Karen. Hold on one second. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, no, we're in the middle of the show, and I told you I got it. We're good. We're good. Well, okay. Well, I know you want to help, but all right. Before you interrupted me, I was explaining to our guests at home that the St. John's community has had truly a remarkable year. We've come together to live we come together to live our mission and to provide our students with as much normalcy as possible. You know, I think it would be great for everybody at home to catch a glimpse of what our students, faculty, staff, and administration, and our coaches have been up to this year. Why don't you do us the honors? Head over to the news desk, and why don't you give us an update, okay? All right, thanks, all right. While we're waiting for Tom to get to the St. John's update desk, now is a great time to take an opportunity to give you an update on our total for tonight. Our total towards that $120,000 goal. Special thank you to the donors who continue to give us some amazing gifts. Evan Maloney from the class of 2004. And we'll give you an update as soon as we get back from our St. John's update with Tom Karen. He's at the desk. Here we go.
Life is full of complexity. We believe your bank should help, not add to it. That's why we created Life Design, our unique banking approach that helps you get clarity about what options you have, which one is right for you, and why. It helps you move forward with the confidence that comes from making a well-informed decision. Working with a bank that actually cares. This is Life Design Banking, and we are Fidelity Bank. Let's get you where you want to be.
Welcome to St. John's Update. I'm Tom Karen. We have exciting news and breaking news across the campus as students continue to excel. And despite all the challenges they have been through in the past year, they continue to find new ways to push boundaries and boldly go where no pioneers have gone before. We begin in the makerspace for robotics and engineering, where Dr. Tonelli has an update on both robotics and the Red Sox.
Tom, thanks so much. It's so good to see you. Man, how about them Sox after those first 3 games? They're doing awesome. So are we. We are so grateful to be here in this makerspace. Mr. Zakira kept this school open, and these boys that you see all around here are making the most of it. They're going to the state championships. They've already won an Inspire Award. Behind here, you see them working on the robot, and that robot is going to be contending for a state title.
This is our robot for this year, for the Ultimate Goal Challenge. It uses these to intake rings, and it shoots those rings out of the back.
At this section here, the ring comes through the back of our robot, and the goal is to pick up the robots and eventually shoot them through our launcher system. These 2 belts allow us to pull the ring into the robot and eventually up through our intake system.
You've got some guys in the print room on that end of the building, and they are making some 3D printed parts for that robot.
It's a 3D printer, so I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. It basically takes a file that you've designed on your computer, and when you design something on the computer, you can actually turn it into a physical thing by using the 3D printer.
We also want to thank Mr. Coughlin and the Coughlin companies who are funding the team this year and next.
I'm just writing a letter to Mr. Coughlin. He obviously sponsors us, so it's a big thing for us to, get in touch with him. He's been giving us internship and mentorship opportunities a lot.
These boys are making the most of it, and they're making St. John's proud. And so, Tom, thank you for checking in on us, and back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Tonelli, and reports that the students are now working on creating a left-handed robot that can throw 100 miles an hour with a nasty curveball have not yet been confirmed. We go now to Chuck Abdallah, a mainstay here on campus, as everyone knows, not only a wonderful author, but the head of Model UN, where campus leaders learn to be global leaders. And it's never been tougher to be a global leader than in the middle of a pandemic. Chuck?
Thanks, Tom. I'm Chuck Abdallah, and I've run the Model UN here at St. John's for 23 years. But we have never had a year like this one. Ordinarily, our year has a conference here at St. John's in October where 400 kids come to do Model UN for us. We then go over to Brown University in Rhode Island for 3 days. And of course, we very famously fly to Chicago through horrific snowstorms to go to the University of Chicago's conference in February. Due to COVID, none of that happened this year. So you might ask yourself, did the St. John's Model UN kids give up? Did they assume this was a problem for which there was no resolution? You know better than that, Tom. Our guys are made of grit, our guys are made of grace, and the Model UN guys crushed it. Even though we couldn't have people here on campus, they put together a virtual conference for October. It was one of the first times a high school had ever done it, and we were building the plane as we were flying it. Then, even though we couldn't go down to Providence or to Chicago, we still found ways to keep the brotherhood together, to keep the skills sharp. The Model UN kids attended both BC High and SJ Preps conferences virtually, and then the guys said, let's have more. And so what we did is we put together a series of crisis sessions, and for a couple of Saturdays, the Model UN students came here and took part in some crises put together by the officers. And today is the last Model UN of the year, and Tom, you'd be so proud because the officers of Model UN hit it out of the park like they were J.D. Martinez. They came here, and we have put together an amazing day today, a day filled with pizza, a day filled with the transfer of authority to the new leaders of the club, a day where we'll honor our seniors, where we'll go through the history of our club, and a crisis that the students walking in don't even know what it is. It's going to get dropped on them at the beginning, what their problem is they're going to solve. And so we're super proud of the Model UN kids this year. We're looking forward to better days ahead. much like Chris Sale coming back, we're hoping that next year is a better year for Model UN. Thanks for checking in, Tom. Back to you.
Thank you, Chuck. Alex has asked you to save us a couple of pizzas. I also ask that you send Alex the bill for the pizzas when that is all said and done. There are athletics going on once again here at St. John's. So exciting to see the Pioneers back in action. Let's head over to Pioneer Field, where we are in the middle of a practice session for the freshman football team. Here's Pat White.
Hey, Tom. Pat White here on Pioneer Field. We're at freshman football practice right now. It's been a real rough year, I tell you, unusual year, but we're going to get 5 games in for these kids. Kids are working hard out here in the rain, but we're going to get after it and get after it real good. These guys are busting their tail, so we'll see you later on. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Pat. Anybody else want to run through a wall right now for Pat White? And I know why generations of Pioneers have been doing just that, and he's molding the next great football group, even as we speak. Now, after a Pat White practice, we all need to relax a little bit, calm down, find our center. No better place to do that than a Kairos retreat. Carlton Galligan and the group continue to find ways to come together in the middle of all this global pandemic craziness. Let's check in on them now.
Hi, Tom. I'm here in the J Theater in Founders Hall with the juniors and seniors who are on St. John's 32nd Kairos retreat. We brought Kairos to St. John's in the fall of 2007. Did our first one with just 16 people down in the village in Craigville on the Cape. We've done our Kairoses there all these years, but right now, of course, with coronavirus, we've had to adapt. And so here we are doing one on campus in person and with the students who have signed up for this one. But strangely, or maybe as a blessing, frankly, of the 21 Kairoses that I myself have now been on, this is probably one with the most powerful talks that I've seen senior leaders prepare.
Hello everyone, my name is Quinn Shanahan, and I'm a senior here at St. John's. As I'm sure many of you already know.
So even in a difficult time, honestly, there have been a lot of graces here. Back to you, Tom. Thank you.
Thanks, Carlton. Looks like an amazing retreat, and it is truly incredible how the entire campus has come together to find new ways to keep traditions going, even as the pandemic has forced us to reimagine everything. All right, that just about does it for this edition of St. John's Update. Alex hasn't asked you for money in more than 10 minutes now. I'm sure he's impatiently waiting for me on the stage. So for all of us here on the St. John's Update staff, I'm Tom Karen. We'll see you again in a moment.
Yeah, no, I told him that. I've told him that a few times, right? Yeah, well, I'll try. We'll see what happens. Okay, take care. Bye. Oh, hey, Tom, what's going on?
I didn't mean to interrupt it.
It's okay.
It is S.J. Locke.
Yeah, that was on tape.
So we got to be here live.
Yeah, there you are. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Great to be
It's been an amazing night already. We have some great donors that are coming in, and as a matter of fact, I just got a text from a relative of a member of our sophomore class, and honest to God's truth, he reached out to me just now and said that he wants to match the next $10,000 dollar for dollar. So the next $10,000 are going to be doubled for our Pioneers Care Fund. I mean, that is absolutely amazing.
It is unbelievable. Thank you so much. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me back to be part of this. Thank you to the Red Sox for winning in regulation, not going extra innings like last night. We got here in plenty of time. And thanks to the entire community for embracing us when we came in with our first son, Jack, so many years ago, new to this community. I remember the very first day, feeling right away that this was the right place for our son, for our family. Our second son, Robbie, came through. And ever since that day, Kelly and I, feel so much a part of this community. And I think everybody who brings a son here to this school comes away with that same way. And that's why we do this year after year. That's why we ask you to do this year.
Yeah, and as you can imagine, this year we've had to have everybody rally to help out, right? We could do a lot of great things as a school, we could do things right as a school, but if our students and our families weren't also doing the right thing, it would have been a tough year. And it's amazing that we're sitting here on May 6th and we've had a full year of school. Our seniors finish up tomorrow. They're going to graduate on the 16th. It really has been a challenging year, but something we're going to look back on with great Pioneer pride.
That SJ update was unbelievable to see what's going on and how they're doing it. I'm still waiting for that left-handed robot pitcher that we could use at Fenway Park.
Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe he'll try out at St. John's first. We'll see how it goes. Well, we've got a few folks that we want to thank so much for their donations. Tony and Joanne Reno, parents, great parents, great supporters. Rupen Mohan, parent of the class of 2024. John Finn, class of 2012, thank you so much for your support of Pioneers Cares. And Vic Krasinski from the class of 71, thank you for stepping up to support our students.
That's unbelievable. I was afraid it was John Krasinski who was going to sue us for some of the ideas we're stealing with the event here tonight, the virtual event. I want to thank Chris and Amanda Vinton, right, parents of kids from the class of 25, which is unbelievable, and Mike and Shauna Mead, who of course are such a big part of the community, not just as parents, but Mike's done such an unbelievable job as the athletic director and the hockey coach, coached my kids. It's an amazing community.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, Mike's been at this for almost two full years. He's had one normal sports season, right? We had Triple E last fall. I mean, it's been unbelievable. So Mike Mead's been a great example of us as a Pioneer community. So we want to give you an update, and this is without that $10,000 match, which is just an amazing gift from one of the friends of St. John's and in support of his nephew and their nephew here at St. John's. We're standing right now at just shy of $42,000 at $41,191. So we've got a bit to go to the $120,000, but I'm confident we can make it with that match and continued support.
And it's unbelievable because you've got such a huge crowd here tonight. I heard them going wild. I was getting calls on the way and said, you got to get here because the crowd's just going wild. Alex has them going nuts. But the community, I remember we did this last year, right, when he had to be completely virtual. Yeah. And it was amazing to me. I remember after saying, that it was also new then, right? Like, how would we adapt? How would we get through all this and still get the money flowing to such great causes like this? And I remember coming away from that night saying that community is stronger than ever. Yeah. We might be stuck at home. We might be on Zoom. We might be figuring out new ways to do this, but it hasn't done a thing to take away from that sense of community here at St. John's.
That is the truth. That is the truth. And as you heard from our update from Tom, our students, faculty, and staff, the administration have been hard at work and very busy this past year. It's amazing how we have been inspired to bring our community together. And that generosity has also inspired. It's just, I keep getting texts.
This is good. This is good.
It's a text from one of our trustees, Deb Penta. I don't know if you know Deb Penta. Yes. She's a great, her and her husband, Dave Curlin, parents of a graduate, class of 20. She sent me a text saying any gift made to the Pioneer Care Fund starting at 7:33 tonight, right now, any gift is going to be eligible for 4 tickets to the Worcester Red Sox, to Woo Sox versus Syracuse Mets, third base field box seats, 6th row on May 15th. So the day before our seniors graduate. It's a Saturday game, and so we'll have a raffle. We'll have a raffle for anybody who gives a gift from this point on. So if you've already made a gift, maybe chip in another $100 to get yourself in the raffle. Right? It's definitely worth it.
A little bit of history that night. That'll be the first Saturday game in Woo Sox history.
Right.
So they open up next Tuesday at Polar Park. Yep. Unbelievable ballpark over there. I was there last week. Larry Lucchino and Charles Steinberg gave me a tour. And it's funny. We started, I said, I love Worcester. Our kids went to St. John's. They went to St. John's, like already, and these guys have been around for a few months, right, really getting to know the community, and right away they stopped and wanted to talk about St. John's because they've already met so many great people.
That's great. Well, not a surprise. They're doing great work. So, this year, I do want to mention, talking about generosity, how that inspires, 2 of our students really stepped up to support Pioneers Care, knowing that their classmates and peers would benefit. Aiden and Cameron Shoup from the class of 2022, they approached me last summer with a creative and entrepreneurial idea. They knew that everyone in our community would need to use good quality reusable cloth masks for school and also to go about their everyday lives. Many of you may have seen, and I've got one here in my pocket, many of you may have seen this awesome SJ mask that we've been wearing, and I know folks have been wearing them. I see them out in the community. And so by spearheading the sale of these masks with a portion of it going to Pioneers Care, Aiden and Cameron, their idea raised over $2,100 for Pioneers Care. I mean, these guys are giving back to their peers, giving back to their school. So talk about pioneers taking care of pioneers. So that's amazing.
That's really incredible. And the Pioneers Care program is so wonderful because, right, this is all about, like we say, I keep using the word community, and I find myself using it over and over. People are asking me today at the ballpark, you know, where are you going tonight? Why are you doing that? Because I'm telling you, man, the community there, it's not like anything else. And Pioneers Care really exemplifies that because it's passing it on, right? It's bringing everyone in. We talk so much about inclusivity now. How do we open up and get everyone around the campfire so we can share this? That Pioneers Care allows everybody to come under.
Yeah, everybody can have access to the experience here, which I think is really, really important. So who exactly is impacted by Pioneers Care? Well, tonight we've asked two students to share their story with us. You know, two families who have been able to get the most out of their time at St. John's thanks to the support of donors like you.
This year especially has been a blessing in the way that our teachers have helped us stay open and have us in person, which almost no other schools have been able to do, and has helped me a tremendous amount. And I think even next year it's going to be an incredible benefit because of the advantages that I got from staying in person. And I really just love the Catholic school environment and the community that's around me. I wouldn't be the person I am today without all of my teachers, my coaches, and everyone that's helped me along the way. And without the Pioneer Care Fund, I wouldn't be able to get the experience that I had here. And I'm really hoping that it continues so that other kids can have the same experience that I did. Thank you to everyone who's helped me along the way, especially my grandmother.
My name's Jose. I'm a sophomore here at St. John's. I'm here with my mom.
Hi, I'm Jose's mom. I'm very grateful for the St. John's community ever since he started here in school. He has been doing much better. It was difficult last year having the COVID and being away and being at home.
I'd get really distracted and I couldn't really pay attention for a 5-minute span without looking somewhere else or doing something else.
But now that he's back to school, as soon as St. John's opened, he was so happy and everybody was so happy to come back to school. And we are very grateful because we have been able to do all this with everybody's help. If not, we wouldn't be able to be here like we are today.
Being in person has made it a lot easier for me to learn and my classmates to learn. So I'm very grateful for St. John's to allow us to be able to do that.
If it wasn't for what the donors and the support that school has provided him, he wouldn't be here. Like, I wouldn't be able to afford it, and he wouldn't have the computer that he has to come to school that he needed for virtual, the one that he needs for now. So we are very grateful for all of that.
Thank you all for your support. Means a lot because it means that I'm able to be a pioneer every day. So thank you.
Good evening, St. John's alumni, faculty, staff, students, and friends. My name is Noah Mosley, and I'm the senior class president. It is an honor to be here tonight celebrating together all that makes St. John's St. John's. After 4 amazing years here at St. John's, it's hard to believe that tomorrow will be my final day on campus as a student. Despite the overwhelming adversity we faced this year, it was undoubtedly a great year, and I will miss coming to campus here every day. On behalf of the entire senior class, the great class of 2021, we are so thankful for the countless opportunities we have had during our time as pioneers, opportunities that have helped us become stronger people and better leaders in our community. To all the St. John's teachers, campus ministers, coaches, and staff who stand strong in their endless support and guidance, to all of our families who saw the value in sending us to St. John's and the many sacrifices that have been made to support our education over the last 4 years. To all of the current students, my brothers, who make up this incredible brotherhood, and to the alumni, the long red line of giants who have come before us, and to you, the great supporters of St. John's who make this experience possible for so many of us. Without your continued support, we wouldn't be who we are today. Thanks again to the entire St. John's community. Because of your continued support, we'll be able to take what we have learned over the last 4 years and continue to be pioneers every single day.
Hello, my name is Sean Dillon, Assistant Principal of the Brother Robert Trainer Middle School Division. On behalf of myself and the entire Middle School Division, we want to say thank you.
Hi, my name is James Blaze, class of 2026. On behalf of myself and the entire class, we want to say thank you.
My name is John Mullen, St. John's class of 2007, and now Director of IT. On behalf of myself and the rest of the IT department, we want to say thank you.
My name is Tatum Warren, class of 2025. On behalf of myself and the entire class, we want to say thank you.
Hey, my name is Bishop Wright, custodial staff here at St. John's. On behalf of myself and the entire maintenance and ground team, we want to say thank you for the joy. Thank you.
My name is Rusha Mohan, class of 2024. On behalf of myself and the entire class, we want to say thank you.
My name is Paul Brulé, proud member of the class of 1986 and Director of School Counseling. On behalf of myself and the entire counseling department, thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Matthew Marquez, class of 2023. On behalf of myself and the entire class, we would like to say thank you.
Hi, my name is Warren Hayden, member of the class of 1981 and Director of Alumni Relations. On behalf of myself and the entire advancement department, we want to say thank you.
Hello, my name is Carson Domi, member of the class of 2022. On behalf of myself and the entire class, we want to say thank you.
That was absolutely amazing to hear from so many members of our community who just are expressing their thanks. Thanks for a great year. Thanks for all the support that the community gives to St. John's.
Man, you know, think of what the students have been through here. Some of them saying, I can't believe this is my last days on campus. And, you know, nobody could predict what's happened in the world over the last couple of years, right? But you could predict that a young St. John's man would find a way through it, would find a way to help his brothers through it, and that's what this is all about.
You know, it was amazing today. I had 3 sets of seniors who came to my office, and I don't interact with the kids as much as I wish I could, but 3 sets of seniors who came by my office for no other reason than to say thank you. And 2 of the guys who were in my SJLI group just to express their gratitude for how hard our community worked to make sure that St. John's was open for their senior year, and that's truly special.
None of this was easy on anybody. Everybody knows that. And you know, the Pioneers Care and the money we're raising here tonight, it's more important than ever. I mean, it really is. To get through this, we talk about getting back to normal. We're not there yet.
Yep.
Okay, we need to help a lot of people get there, and this is your way tonight to help us help those people.
Well, let's give an update here on folks, and I want to thank Bob and Betty Blute, parents of the class of 23 and 25, and Bob is a great St. John's alumnus. Thank you for your support. Brian, the class of 1969, and his beautiful wife, Jan Foley, parents 07, thank you so much for your support. And Glenn and Meredith Donaldson, parents of the class of 2024, thank you so much for your support.
We've got more. Joshua and Jessica Jones, parents of the class of 24 and 26, thank you. Chris and Michelle Domi, parents of the class of 22, thank you. Jacob Vasquez, class of 2015, a big thank you for your donation. And Matt and Judy Kosakowski, parents of the class of 2021, thank you.
Well, let's see how we're doing with the total. So, drum roll. So we're sitting at $93,607. That's amazing. $93,607. I think we're inching closer and closer to that $10,000 match. So again, thank you to that very generous couple that's donating that gift to the school. And to just update folks, we have over 300 people viewing this Pioneers Care St. John's Live event. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for showing up. You know, it's been a long road. You know, I was talking to some of, as I mentioned, talking to some of the seniors today, and the comment I made to them is that they have spent the entire year with their head up, right? That it would have been easy to be disappointed, things that didn't go their way, sports seasons that were moved and shortened, and retreats that couldn't be the overnight experience that kids have been doing for decades here at St. John's, and they've kept their head up. And frankly, they've been a wonderful inspiration to us as the adults. I mean, we're here working for them.
You know, we did that SJ update, and Mr. Galligan's Kairos class, and I think, was it in this room?
It was in this room.
It was in this room. It was just, it took me back to as a parent, what the Kairos experience was like for our sons, and to just think of adapting like that, to bring it in here and to have everybody, and you know, from what he said, it was some of the most emotional exchanges they had. Really incredible. What you guys have been able to do on the fly.
Yeah, no, it's been wonderful. So again, thank you to donors that are stepping up. You know, Brian Fox from the class of 1975, one of our trustees. Thank you so much, Brian, for all your support. Brian Fischer, parent of the class of 23, Mike and Paula Hayek, parent 17, parent 19. Mike is an alumnus here at the school and also one of our trustees. Thank you both so much for all of your support and all that you do for St. John's. You know, maybe we can call over one of these, a couple of these folks over here that spoke with us. Why don't we call over Mr. Hayden?
Come on, Mr. Hayden.
It's always good to talk to Mr. Hayden, right? So there's something that I do. You come right here, and we'll squeeze you in here. So you know, something I do want to comment. You know, any parent who's been at St. John's this year, every morning, rain, sleet, snow, sunshine, out greeting families as they're dropping their kids off. It's Mr. Hayden and Mr. White. Just doing that every morning. And what do you see? What are you seeing from families as they're dropping their kids off?
Well, certainly beginning of the year, the sophomore parents were thrilled to drop their kids back at school. It had been a long time since they'd been here. But what do I see? I see smiling faces, and I see smiling, well, we can't see the faces, but the mask. You see the smiles in the eyes. People are enthused to be here. They're thrilled to get back with their classmates. They're thrilled to get back with their faculty members. They're thrilled to feel the love they're getting here at St. John's.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that.
You know, and I think about all the times I dropped my kids off here. And you know, that it was always, I mean, literally always brought a smile on my face. Like you said, you see the smiles, and that was in normal times, right? Now the fact that we're getting back to that has to be so gratifying for the families. But I keep using the word community. And you pull up in the morning, and that's what you feel. You know, Warren Hayden, out there, Mr. Hayden, smiling, waiting for you, welcoming. Maybe sometimes a little less of a smile. That's when I look at my kid, wait, what's going on? I get a big, tomorrow I come back, I want a big smile. But it's that welcoming morning, everybody, let's get in and get going. It's the best.
St. John, truly a family. From the time you're accepted here at St. John's to the time you pass away, you're part of something special. You know somebody is looking out for you. Really, really wonderful. And all that's going on at St. John's this year, I mean, it's incredible, the activities. You know, Mr. White and I, we do the St. John's Scoop. I'm going to throw a little plug in, Monday night, 6 o'clock. But what's the reason for that show? We want to let people see that we are alive here at St. John's. So many clubs, so many activities. And what's really neat, we've started new things. It's not just kind of rolling along and getting by. You know, SALT started this year, right? The Senior Arts Leadership. The Diversity Arts Project that just got hung up.
A mural just got hung up.
Oh, my God, is that beautiful? So there's just magic is happening here.
You know what I love about that? It's not just that you're doing new things, it's that some of these things are going to carry forward. You know, it wasn't just the bridge to get back to what we were, right? We're going to come out of this better. St. John's is going to come out of this better. You're going to learn new things. The students are going to take things, you know, and say, well, I had to, you know, my high school experience was impacted by the pandemic. You know what? I bet you're a better person for it. I bet some of the things you learned through all of that, you're going to take with you that maybe another kid wouldn't have if he didn't have that experience.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, why don't we hear from one of the guys who's going to be finishing up his classes tomorrow? Senior class president Noah Mosley. Let's see what he has to say about this year. But thank you, Mr. Hayden. Always a pleasure. Take care, my friend. So we're waiting on some totals here, and we're grateful that you're sticking with us during this time. We're inching closer to that goal of $120,000. We're excited that we're almost there, and so we're getting a total up right now. The 10K match, I've just been told, the 10K match has been met, so we're definitely inching towards that. So thank you very much to that amazingly generous couple that made that possible for us. So Noah, just you reflected earlier on the fact that tomorrow's your last day of classes. If you were to kind of summarize your St. John's experience, give us a couple words that you think capture what it meant to be a student here.
Honestly, if I had to choose one word to describe it, I'd have to say it was a blessing. From the start of freshman year up until now, I got to meet some amazing people who are some of my best friends. I've got to meet amazing teachers, faculty, coaches who have all helped me become a great person, a great young man, and ultimately set me up for what I've got yet to come and with my career and my life. And so I owe a lot of praise and gratitude to St. John's and everyone here, to my parents for sending me here. And honestly, like everyone around here, great people are at this school, and it's a great school that just sets you up for tremendous success.
That's incredible.
You had an experience over the last year plus that no other St. John's graduating class has ever had. When you look back on all this, what did the community here, what did St. John's mean to you and your class to get through that?
I mean, it was definitely tough, and we faced, like I mentioned earlier, we faced a lot of adversity, but at the same time, St. John's administration, the faculty, they were right there with us, supporting us, and they were making sure that, we felt as much normalcy as possible and that we still felt a great senior year, and they supported us throughout it, and they made sure that we were feeling good. And so we, like I said, a lot of thanks to the school for helping us make sure that this year, despite all the challenges, it was still a great year.
That's great. Thank you, Noah. And just to give folks an update, as we're inching closer to that goal. And again, we're grateful. If you want to make a gift, if you just joined us anytime in the last few minutes, go to stjohnshigh.org/give and make sure that you're making that gift tonight for Pioneers Care. Coming in for those 3 gifts, those amazing gifts. We've got the St. John's Superfan Pack. We've got those custom it's the Cuban in me. I can't say the word. Adirondack chairs made by Bernie Melican, custom made, and that Ultimate Yeti package. We've got those Woo Sox tickets that are now in the mix, which is absolutely wonderful. So, all
right, I'm going to add to it. Okay, we're going to have another raffle. We can do a raffle.
We can pull
anybody starting now who donates, what do you want to say, next 10 minutes or something like that? Pick a time? Next 10 minutes, you guys can figure this out. Don't you love people who do that? You guys figure out the details.
Yep.
The next 10 minutes, anybody who makes donation will be put in a raffle to win 4 tickets to see the Boston Red Sox play at Fenway Park. The Boston Red Sox, by the way, the team with the best record in all of Major League Baseball. I don't know how they've done it. I watch them every night. Trust me, I don't. But they're doing it, okay? Yep. They're a fun team. They're an exciting team. And fans are back at Fenway Park starting Monday. They'll be up to 25%, a little bigger crowd. They get great safety protocols. It's a great experience. 4 tickets to the Red Sox. We'll work out the when. Donate now, and you'll be in.
That's amazing, Tom. So thank you, Tom. Anybody who gives from this point on will be entered into that additional raffle for the 4 Red Sox tickets generously donated. I have a feeling they're pretty good tickets. I'm not sure if
I know a guy.
Yeah, we know a guy.
We'll get some good seats.
Absolutely. So,
by the way, the same field that I remember being on the field to honor the Super 8 champions.
That's right, 2017 Super 8 champions.
So even if you're not a Red Sox fan, you can go there for that experience.
Absolutely.
Right? Say, I was at the ballpark that the Super 8 champions were crowned.
Right. And to give you an update, we're standing just shy of $110,000, inching our way towards that $120,000 goal. We're at $108,696. And Tom, when we talk about when we talk about what Pioneers Care does, I think it's important to give folks a sense of how their gift can really transform the experience of a student. You know, if you're talking about a $2,500 gift, right? We have given $2,500 grants to students for with Pioneers Care. It could be for tuition assistance. You know, as you can imagine, we've had a lot of families who have struggled this year, and we as a school have been able to step up to help. And that's what we're here for, right? To make sure that we're able to have these young men in school, have them graduate. You know, if you make a $1,000 gift, we have initiated this year a Pioneers Lunch Program. We're basically running our own free and reduced lunch program at the school. So $1,000 will pay for lunch for a student for the year. Right? And that's absolutely essential. You know, I just heard on the radio today that they're estimating that anywhere between 40 and 45% of students, for young people, kids, are going without the necessary food on a daily basis, right? And so we got to be, we have to come together as a community to support that. You know, if you make a $500 gift, that can support personal technology for our students. You know, we had to switch, as you can imagine. We had to switch, and frankly, it was a welcome switch, as I'm sure John Mullen can tell you, to a one-to-one school. And it's a great thing to have, but some families really struggle to be able to buy a computer. So a $500 gift, because of the connections and relationships that we have, will buy a device for a student. You know, whether it's an iPad in the middle school, which is provided by the school, or a computer, a laptop, a BYOD, a bring your own device laptop for the high school. So at every level that you can give at St. John's, it's going to make a huge difference.
You know, you mentioned the families, and I'm glad you did, because I remember, again, a year ago, we were talking about, listen, this thing's just beginning. We don't know where this is going to go, but we know it's going to impact everybody in different ways, right? And we all know people who have had employment issues because of the pandemic, whether it's a loss of job or just a loss of some of the income, right? Companies have cut back. There's been a lot of that. We all know people doing that. And I remember you saying last year, that stuck with me, that more than ever we'll need Pioneers Care to make sure that every family who's coming here through St. John's can have the same experience as every other student, right? It's not always just tuition.
No,
right? Sometimes it's being able to go on a retreat. Sometimes it's being able to go to Model UN. Sometimes it's being able to go somewhere. Those are the things we don't always remember, that, you know, maybe I'm not having as easy a time writing that check as somebody else is. This allows that to happen where the students can have the same experience, and I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, and one of the important components of Pioneers Care that I think it's important for folks to know is that, you know, families are, as they are with anything here at St. John's, expected to contribute, right? So we work with the family. If the family can give $50 towards a $150 textbook that the student needs, we work together to do that, right? Because we believe strongly that families want to be able to support their kids, and we give them the opportunity to do that. So why don't we give some thanks to some folks.
Names.
Yeah, some more names.
Let's go. I'll go. You, Mark Picarello. Thank you. Joe Duffy, parents of the class of 2021, the great class that is wrapping things up here. Tim Cooney from the class of 58. Thank you so much. Tony and Margaret Saito, parents of the class of 22, 24, 26. So thank you for throwing in extra.
And Eric and Liz Withers with a smiley face. So thank you to Liz and Eric for your gift tonight. It makes a huge difference. So
you need to find out what Eric and Liz gave, because that gets you a smiley face.
That does get you.
So if you can hit that sweet spot, you'll get a smile. You don't see it, we see it. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, and then again, and my personal thanks to the Saitos for all that they've done this year, and not just for having their 3 boys here at St. John's, but their immense support. So why don't we pull somebody else over here? Why don't we ask Mr. Dillon? You know, we just opened a brand new middle school program here at St. John's, and Mr. Dillon is the man in charge. And I don't know if we can sneak James over here too. Can we get him over here? I don't know if we can get James. And young Mr. Warren, do you want to come over here? Maybe let's see if we can all get the 4 of us in here, as safely distanced as we can. So I'm sure we're driving the cameramen crazy. So Mr. Dillon, I mean, give us you know, what's been going on at the middle school this year? How is the middle school launched?
Yeah, you know, it's been great. It's been really just an amazing experience, and to think of where we were a year ago and where we are now, you know, I marvel at it every day in terms of what we're doing with the classes, with the students, their teachers, the relationships that they've been able to form with them, and then what we're doing after school in terms of sports for the students, extracurricular activities and clubs that they've been able to do has really been amazing. Just some great opportunities for them. More than anything for me, I think just the idea that what we've got going on now is not a 4-year, but a 6-year experience of what it means to be a St. John's man, what it means to learn about those core values of the school, and really just the idea that the focus on the brotherhood starts in 7th or 8th grade for the students who are coming in. You know, when I spent my year planning for the division the year before, I heard so much from so many graduates of the school of how important the brotherhood is to them. That's the word I heard over and over again, is brotherhood. So to me, the idea that this gets to last for even longer, I think is an amazing experience for these boys.
That's great. You know, and I mention Tom all the time, right? It's amazing what we accomplished with our guys in 4 years. Imagine what we can do in 6, right?
It's
These
fantastic.
Guys,
Guys, tell us about it. What do you like most about St. John's?
Well, just lots of friends. The teachers are great.
Let's break right into the microphone.
Yes.
There you go.
The teachers are great. A lot of good people. And yeah, it's fun.
What's your favorite part of the school day?
Lunch.
I almost didn't ask. I almost just said lunch is your favorite part of the school.
And I should mention that, you know, James has the distinction of being the first student admitted in the Brother Robert Trainer Middle School Division. Right, so yeah, so that's pretty amazing. So
how about you? What does it mean to you being here?
I love this school. My brother went here. It was a big surprise that I got in, but I was super excited, and the teachers are great, and just meeting a bunch of new people has opened so many new doors.
That's great.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Other than lunch, what's your favorite part of the day?
Probably recess.
There you go. There you go.
You're training well.
Absolutely. Well, things are moving along nicely. Tom, you want to give an update on where we are with the total?
We got all kinds of stuff up there.
Yeah,
we have prizes. You want to give out the prizes?
We got to do the donor total first.
Total.
Yeah.
$116,091.
That's amazing.
We are knocking on the door.
We are knocking on the door. And
tell them right here. You're the first middle school student accepted. Tell everybody to dig in and give some money to help out this thing.
Yes.
Yes. There we go. There you go. Awesome.
Say no to that.
Awesome. That's amazing. And I see we're getting a total here.
We got an
and
update.
we are.
Drum roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, folks.
We got it.
We did it. $120,052. $120,052.
Wow.
So I'm not sure who put in that last 52, but
thank you.
We
they
thank
get a
you.
Smiley face.
Absolutely.
They get a smiley face.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's something I talk about all the time, right? The St. John's community, we're a community that doesn't stand still. And a lot of that comes from the support of our alumni, our families, the students, our faculty and staff. Thank you for helping us reach our goal today. That's a huge deal for us, $120,052. And it looks like we've got some winners.
All right, we got some winners
of the raffles. Go
ahead.
Here
we go. The Super Fan Pack, the SJ Super Fan Pack, the umbrella, T-shirt, sweatshirt, tumblers. Michael Shanahan, class of '79.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. There you go. The, I'll say it, Adirondack chair.
Thank you.
Made by Bernie Melican, class of '64. Peter and Ann Larkin, parents of the class of '23. The Ultimate Yeti package, the cooler, tumblers, ice pack, everything Yeti. Susan Salvamini, yep. Parents of the class of 19 and class of 21. Congratulations. The Woo Sox tickets, Christopher and Michelle Domi, parents of the class of 22.
Carson's parent.
There you go. Congrats. You're going to a game.
There you go.
Or maybe not. It's up to them. The parents want it. Red Sox tickets, finally, Kelly Youngberg. Congratulations, Kelly.
Amazing. Well, listen, we have had an absolutely amazing night tonight, and it has been awesome. And thank you so much, Tom, as always, for all the support that you give St. John's. You're always, I know that when we call, you say yes, and we're deeply grateful.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
And thank you for letting me be part of this.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for getting to the goal. I pulled in tonight. You were eating pizza. I was looking at the number. I don't know how we're going to do this. But the community always comes through.
Always. And I want to give a special thanks to Jody Fontecchio, to Liz Withers, our entire advancement team for everything that they do here at St. John's. I want to thank Nathan Colby, the folks from Revelation who helped us get this thing off the ground. I promised people it wouldn't be sort of that traditional Zoom or that typical Zoom fundraiser. Thank you to the folks from Revelation. Thank you to our buildings and ground staff. And thank you to Jason Hughes for those absolutely amazing videos that he put together. And congratulations on the baby that was born in the midst of all this craziness. So we're grateful for you. Thank you so much, Pioneer community. Have a good night. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, SJ.
If anybody wants pizza, I only took one slice. Thank you.